Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. It is a chaotic time of year for the college football playoff world. Early signing day is tomorrow. Flip season is here. We've got the bad news about Shady Hayward. Is he in? Is he out? He's decommitted. Does he end up at Florida, or does Tennessee have a shot? It sounds like Tennessee has closed the door on David Sanders, so that is good news. But we got Jaden Perlotti out there, Christian Gass, so many guys that we've got to keep an eye on for tomorrow, and also on Monday, the transfer portal opens. That means Twitter is chaotic. There are so many names of guys that are going to be entering the portal. Who is Tennessee interested in? We're going to talk about that coming up here in just a second. But also, we've got a college football playoff that we are going to be participating in. I like where Tennessee is at. Could they be hosting a college football playoff game? We shall see. I mentioned this article right here in an earlier video when I was talking about David Sanders and the worst case scenario. What happens if we do miss on David Sanders? Well, you would have to go to the portal, but guess what? Tennessee is going to go to the portal regardless of how they close out this class of 2025. But when I saw this article, got a little excited, man. It says Florida, Michigan, Ole Miss, Oregon, and Tennessee are expected to be the most aggressive spenders in December's college football transfer portal window. Now, one of the conversations we had back during the offseason was, is 2024 the year? Is that the year that Tennessee makes a run at an SEC championship or a national championship? Some people felt that would be the case because of an experienced veteran offensive line, an experienced defensive line. Would Nico be able to do enough? And then a lot of people thought, well, you need a full year to get Nico up to speed. Let the game slow down for him. And I think we've seen that throughout the course of 2024. I think you have seen Nico start to get better. What he did against Vanderbilt, very impressive. Yeah, he had the interception, but Nico looked really good in that game. Some people thought 2025 would be the year, but the question was, what do you do about the offensive line? What do you do about the defensive line, the guys that are moving on from Tennessee? And I think that's where you go to the transfer portal. So I'm encouraged when I see this article that Tennessee is mentioned as one of the teams that could be a big spender in the portal coming up this cycle. Now, where do you go? Look at the roster. I want you guys to jump in the comment section and tell me what position groups you would focus on. Last night in the Monday Night Chat, Austin Price said he thought this team would target defensive tackles, offensive guards, and wide receivers. Said likely to take up to 2 wide receivers. Now, that tells me, does somebody transfer out, or are we just looking to replace Brew McCoy, looking to replace Dante Thornton? Or are we going to see some turnover here and some guys hit the portal from Tennessee? Eric Kane added, thought we would be looking for a safety in the portal. I definitely agree. Interior of the defensive line, interior of the offensive line. And if you get the right fit, if you get a guy that can be a game changer, right? When you read that article and you hear about Tennessee being a big spender, you want a guy that can come in and make a difference on this offense at the wide receiver position. But, you look at the offensive line, and I think a lot of people may say offensive tackle, but if you go back to the class of 25, when this coaching staff kind of called an audible, said they wanted to focus more on the interior of the offensive line in recruiting because they have confidence. And you got to look, Lance Hurd's going to be back in 2025. Larry Johnson, they've got confidence in. Jesse Perry, Bennett Warren. I think that's why they shifted the focus on recruiting on the interior. And now you hear Austin Price say they're going to look in the portal for interior. And also you've got big David Sanders. It sounds like Tennessee did everything they need to do to lock him down. So where do you go in the portal? I want you guys to jump in the comment section. Let me know. You know how it works, man. It is chaos right now. You guys are tagging me in names all over Twitter. So I'm going to break some of those names down and tell you where Tennessee is at. But these are some big time playmakers that if Tennessee did land, I think they would make a difference. Before we get into that, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, and easy, and it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. What we are is fans. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, make sure you subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Usually go live on Tuesday nights at 6:30 and play EA Sports College Football. Not tonight. Got stuff going on, but we will be back tomorrow, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time for Talkin VAWLS Live early signing day special. We're going to tell you everything that took place throughout the course of early signing day. But let's jump back into it. Let's talk about the transfer portal. And one of the first names that you guys threw at me was NC State wide receiver Kevin Concepcion. We talked a lot about him going into that NC State game, but just to shut it down right out of the gate, you can see here on 3 tweets out, Colorado, Alabama, Auburn, Penn State, and Kansas State are the teams that are in play for the wide receiver from NC State. Brent Hubbs added, we'll see. Some think he's going to play with his brother. He says he's not a first-round pick, in my opinion. That was answering somebody's question last night in the Monday night chat. So shut down Kevin Concepcion real quick. But I think he would have been an instant playmaker in this offense. I think he would have been a guy that you could have added and add another weapon to this offense. How was the wide receiver play for you this year? Underwhelming? I mean, we had a lot of drops. If the ball was there, it was a drop. If they were open, you had overthrows. This offense didn't click. I think we can upgrade the wide receiver position. However, I'm excited about the future for Mike Matthews, the future for Braylon Staley. I'm excited about the future for Chris Brazzell. Look, we saw Dante Thornton take a huge step towards the end of year one in this offense. Then we saw him make some plays in year two. Same for Chris Brazzell. I thought he was starting to come along here later in the season. And I'm excited to see what he does in year two. But if you can add a weapon, if you can add a guy that can be an instant game changer, you do that in the transfer portal. Another one you guys are talking about, and that is a rumor that Barion Brown could be entering the transfer portal. Now he's 6'1", 182-pound junior for Kentucky, but he is out of Nashville, Tennessee. In 2024, had 29 catches, 361 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But you're talking about a Kentucky offense that ranks 110th in the country in passing offense. So what could Barion Brown be in Josh Heupel's offense? He's got the speed. He's got the athleticism. Couldn't find a 40 time for him, but coming out of high school, ran a 10.4900 coming out of high school. Broke the SEC record for kick return touchdowns in a career this past season. So you put Barion Brown returning kicks. You put Boo Carter returning punts. That's a cheat code. That is a cheat code and an advantage in the special teams game. 7th ranked player in the state of Tennessee coming out of the class of 2022. Committed to Kentucky over Alabama, TCU, and Ole Miss. Vols were one of the first offers. Made his top 10, but ultimately were not there at the finish line. Brent Hubbs, again, this is a name that you guys have tagged me in, so I go and do my homework, do my research. Brent Hubbs said he would be surprised if Tennessee kicked the tires there with Barion Brown. And why? I mean, there was some – I saw a lot of talk going through the general's quarters of trouble in high school, getting in trouble, speculation, rumors that I don't really want to go into. But since being at Kentucky, I've not seen his name in the news at all. So we'll see what happens. Does Tennessee kick the tires? Brent Hubbs says not likely, but one that they could kick the tires on. And this one probably excites me more than any of the names, and that is a former 5-star wide receiver, Micah Hudson. Plays for Texas Tech, 6 foot, 195 pounds, out of Temple, Texas. In 2024, had 8 receptions for 123 yards as a true freshman. And not to bury the lead here, but that's something he wants is playing time. You can see there on the screen, Texas A&M, LSU, Tennessee, and Colorado are in the mix for the former 5-star wide receiver. Tennessee offered back in April of 2022, took an unofficial visit later that year for Tennessee's 66-24 win over Missouri, but he ended up committing to Texas Tech over Texas and Texas A&M. Again, 5-star wide receiver coming out of high school, 12th ranked player in the country according to the On3 industry rankings in that class of 2024. Per Pete Nakos of On3 said expect Hudson to look at Texas A&M and Oklahoma for starters. Playing time will be a big factor as he only played in 6 games at Texas Tech. So how does Josh Heupel go about this in the transfer portal? If playing time is in the forefront, if playing time is what Micah Hudson wants, I don't see Josh Heupel guaranteeing anybody anything. If you want to play at Tennessee, you're going to have to come in and earn it. You're going to have to, whether you're playing in the slot or you're playing on the outside. And based on the Gabe Brooks scouting report from 247 Sports, when he came out of high school, it said he was a dynamic, high-volume playmaker who can play outside or from the slot. Are you going to beat out Mike Matthews? Are you going to beat out Chris Brazzell? Are you going to beat out Squirrel White? Are we going to see a true wide receiver rotation? That's something we saw this year was they slowed down this offense. You had the opportunity to make substitutions. Says he's got a lean, athletic build with sneaky strength, highly productive high school receiver who has also provided big play punch at running back and in the return game. Vertical field stretcher with very good initial burst that also aids in run after the catch threat. So you see Tennessee listed there in the contenders. I don't think Josh Heupel is the guy that's going to guarantee you anything. You're not going to be guaranteed playing time. But again, these are 3 names out there with a lot of rumors around them. So I wanted to talk about them, focus on them. But the massive part of this update is going back to the top of the video. the fact that Tennessee is listed in the big spenders for the transfer portal this upcoming cycle. Find the right guy, find the right fit. We can't talk about culture and how important it is and what Josh Heupel has done and then get mad if he takes a pass on somebody because they are not a fit for the culture at Tennessee. But I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about finishing off this 2024 season strong. And then let's roll into the offseason. Let's build this roster. Let's continue to stack talent. I think they've done a good job in this class of 25. We'll see how they finish it out tomorrow. But then you attack the portal and you fill the holes. That's the beautiful thing about what Josh Heupel has done in 4 years at Tennessee. You have rebuilt and flipped this roster. Now you can go pick and choose and add those guys you want and need to patch holes, build depth, and it's off to the races. I'm excited about this upcoming offseason. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We got a brand new Coach J shirt. You're muted. He's always muted, so we put out a shirt that says he's muted, so he'll remember that he is muted. We've also put out a camo hoodie. You guys asked for it. Bonfire dropped a custom special edition, so we added the State Pride 2.0 logo. You can go check it out. The links are in the description. If you like what we do around here, think about supporting the channel. You can hit the join button for just $1 a month. We would greatly appreciate it. But if you don't have the money to give, don't give. Just smash the thumbs up because it's quick, free, and easy. Jump to the comment section. Let's talk about it because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.